I did it again. Hi cuties! Today's video, we're going to be chaosifying the shelves again. I'm gonna be doing this every quarter. I just really like doing this. It's just a fun, stupid thing that my brain likes to do. And I want to shuffle the books every quarter because I did find that there were some shelves we were hitting more often than others for some weird reason. I took all the books off last night. I cleaned the shelves and we're gonna throw them all back on. If you are new to what I am doing, so I like to chaosify my shelves to optimize the shelves of Chaos TBR because I'm not a mood reader. I can read whatever at any time, and I want to give all the books equal opportunity to be chosen in the chaos. I don't know. It makes sense in my brain. It probably doesn't make any sense to anybody else, but that's what we're doing. So how I chaosify my shelf is I have a D30 die and I will roll the die. So for example, our first book that I'm putting on the shelf is going to be the Swiss Family Robinson. Okay, so I'm going to roll the die and it says 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is over here off camera. And the book will then sit over there. And then from that shelf, I will roll again and just keep adding books. So I'm gonna be doing that silently. I'm not gonna show you every single individual book, but we're gonna answer some questions because this will take me several hours to do, and I will listen to an audiobook while I do it. And Mambo will be on my couch in her usual destructive self. So that's what's going on in today's video. Thank you for those who submitted questions for this Q&A. For now, chaosify time. Hello all. So while I am doing all the book stuff, I don't know which, somewhere, I am a circle. While I'm putting away books and re-chaosifying my shelf, I decided to do a little bit of a Q&A because I haven't done one in a while. And so naturally we have a bunch in the bag. And we're just gonna go through some questions that y'all submitted, starting with, if you could move to somewhere else in the US, where would it be? And honestly, it would be somewhere cheap and wooded. So I guess kind of where my sister lives, in the Smoky Mountains, because that was really nice up there. But also I don't actually want to live in that area. I ideally would like to live like in the forest in Oregon. That would be ideal. I just think a hovel time in Oregon would be very nice. Something like that. I'm not too picky, to be real. Just forested and I'm happy, and like good precipitation, but not snowfall. Less on the snowfall side. I don't mind snow, but like not Minnesota level of snow. What's the best/worst movie to book adaptation? Okay, the best adaptation I have ever seen is Heartstopper. Even though I know it's not a movie, it's a TV show. But it is so accurate and emotes the same emotions out of me between reading the graphic novels and watching the show. It had the exact same essence of it. That's an easy answer. That is hands down the best one. The worst movie to book adaptation. Now, I can only speak for ones that I have both read and seen. So I'm sorry, Percy Jackson fans. I can't say that one because I've actually never read Percy Jackson. Don't come for me. Who was the worst though? Editing cue here. The answer I gave to this is incorrect. I blocked it from my memory because I was really angry at it. But the worst movie adaptation of a book is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Absolutely the most unfaithful thing one of the most unfaithful things I've ever seen in an adaptation. That one. If you had to erase one YA movie adaptation from existence, which one would it be? I guess I just answered that. And what would you replace it with though? Okay, so yeah, no Mortal Instruments movie. I instead I mean, there's so many that I would love to see adapted, but let's keep it within the same family. So a YA fantasy. You know what I think deserves, what would be a fun time? Lunar Chronicles. If we want to give that same era of YA fantasy, romantic fantasy, sci-fi kind of stuff, I'm gonna go Lunar Chronicles. There's a few more. Like, I would still be like, Amber in the Ashes would be awesome. Diviners would be great. But I'm thinking Lunar Chronicles, it's so epic. And you could have a full franchise here. Make it a TV show. Netflix, where are you at? I think Lunar Chronicles. Instead of crappy, weird incest, let's do awesome fairy tale retellings in space. Let's do that. Next question. How do you deal with the pressure of upholding the YouTube channel? I don't care anymore. I used to. I did crumble a bit in my origin. I have been doing YouTube for so long now. I don't care anymore. I stopped. When I first started YouTube, it was all about my life in Japan. So I already knew going in I wasn't gonna be like a big star or anything, and that's not why I started. I started because I was doing a new cool thing and I wanted to show my friends and family back home, and YouTube was the easiest way to get them all to watch it. And then it spread and I got a lot more followers in that niche, and then transferred into book land here, book and writer land. And I have a significantly less amount of like active subscribers and viewers now, but I don't care anymore because I make these videos mostly for myself. It's my hobby. I really like editing. It's a weird thing, but I do. I really like playing my TBR games and sharing with you my thoughts and opinions because I like the sound of my own voice, apparently. Except I also don't when I'm editing. But I like talking about things and I like having conversations and reaching out to people and building a smaller, like, I like the small community that I'm in. I love all my regular viewers and stuff. I love when you guys come to streams. I feel like we're like real friends, even though a lot of us have never met each other, but some of my actual real friends have come out of this. So I don't care anymore. I don't pay attention to my stats. I don't pay attention to the algorithm, what's trending, what I need to be on for. I just don't care. I'm making stuff I want to make. Maybe someone else out there likes it too. That's my approach now, is I just don't care. I used to like make videos every single day, and I gotta keep up with content, and that was a real easy way to burn the heck out. So yeah, the answer is stop caring. Just make the videos for you. Make the stuff you want to see. Now, if you want to do stuff that you want to see, but also make them engaging, you know, hit me up, because there are some out there that I'm like, we could make this so much better, because I know some people do care and want to reach a bigger group of people, but don't necessarily have the skill set with editing, with equipment and stuff. And you can contact me about that. I do video editing. Ko-fi page, check it out. What is a literary success in your mind? I think this varies. For me personally, because I don't consider myself a literary success, because I have a lot of people in my real life who tell me you're not a success, because I don't make, like, it's not my full-time job. That's not necessarily true. I think for me, a literary success is publishing a book and having readers and having people read it. I don't know if I have a number for what that would be, because obviously, like, Ashport has readers, but I don't necessarily have like an active fan base for it or anything. I don't have a ton of reviews and things. So I don't consider myself a literary success. Now, I would say, like, hey, just writing a book and putting it out there, you're a success. That's a success to me. For others, but I'm harsher on myself. So a literary success for me personally would be having a much more engaging community within what I write. Not saying like I have a nice engaging community, but it's not about my books, it's about a lot of other things. So to make Ashport a success, it would have to have more reviews. If I could get to that 50 review thing on Amazon, that would be nice. That would be a success to me. But I think for when I'm talking to other people, just putting yourself out there with a book, that is succeeding. And I should hold myself to that standard, but I don't, because I'm my harshest critic. Of all the books you've read this year so far, which one did you expect to like the least, but actually loved, possibly top 5? I gotta look at my spreadsheet. Okay, so I don't have one necessarily that's so drastic. It's definitely also not a top 5, but I was surprised with how invested I was. And that was one I just read, and that is The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. Because I'd heard such mixed reviews. I'd heard so many, not even mixed reviews, I've heard fairly negative, being like, this is boring, I don't like it goes nowhere. And to those people, I just want to say, did you read it? Because I loved it. I think I gave it a 4 or 4.5. What did I give you? Hold on. Oh God, I can't click. What did I actually give this book? I gave it 4.5. Because it did one thing in the end, and I was like, no! But I'm hoping the sequel fixes the thing. Yeah, I ended up liking this a lot more. And some people were like, oh, it doesn't feel adult enough. And I'm like, I don't necessarily agree that it's not, because it's definitely adult based on content. I do still think it has that flair of why, I don't even know what that actually means, but it's comfortable enough for me to read it, and because I like YA stuff, I like YA style of writing, so that it's not too nitty gritty and woe is me, everything's depressing adult land. But I don't know if they mean by vocabulary wise or what. I thought the world building was there. I thought the character development was there. I really, really liked City of Dusk. It was very interesting to me, and I'm very excited for the sequel to come out. So that's probably the one that had like the lowest expectations going in, and then was just like, whoa, this is way better than I thought. So yeah. Let's say you can steal a skill from someone, you gain it, they lose it. Would you, and what would it be? You get to choose a person. If I get to choose a person, I'm going to say, yes, I will do this. And I'm going to steal, well, I don't know what to call the skill. I want to steal a skill that's made the bad person famous. That's what I would want to do, because they don't deserve it if they don't get to use it right. So probably something from Bezos or Musk, because they're bad people who have a lot of money. Is money a skill? Whatever it was, whatever skill they had that made them so damn rich, but also just like they're not utilizing it to actually benefit humanity, I would take that skill. Whatever you want to call that skill. It's probably exploitation. Is that their skill? I just don't want them to have what they have, because they're not doing good. Use it for like, I don't know if they are actually intelligent. I can't say that unless, because I have a feeling a lot of their things they get credited for are actually by a bunch of other people who did it and they take credit for it. But if they actually have like the brains and the smarts to create the things that they are creating, I want that intelligence. I will steal that intelligence from them, and I will use it for good. That's my answer. This is a weird Q&A. If you could change one book death, what would it be? Just one. I have so many I would change. I think the one that I think about the most often and recently, and I think it's mostly just because I have been talking about it with other people, is there is a death in the series The Ember and the Ashes. In the 4th book, there is a death of a character who I loved, and he did not deserve to die. I will not spoil it for you. I spoiled that it's a guy who is, this guy deserved better and deserved a happy ending with the person he was with, and that pain of like they finally get together and then you take them away. I hate that trope so much. So that specific character, if you know who I'm talking about, I will not spoil it for you if you have not read Ember in the Ashes. That one. Do you think self-published books count? I heard some opinions. Well, it'd be very hypocritical of me, a self-published author, to say no. They absolutely count. Are there some that should have never been self-published? Absolutely. Are there some that deserve way more hype than they get? Absolutely. But they freaking count. Absolutely. They are real books. People who write them are real writers. Even if I don't like what you've written, you're still a real writer. Even if you probably needed several more editing rounds, you're still a writer. I may be harsh. I don't know if I'm harsher on self-pubs than I am in... I don't know. I'm just a harsh person in general. I'm just mean. But they count. They do count. Absolutely. I hope I count. If anyone disagrees with that, get off my channel. I told you I'm a harsh person. Would you consider bringing the fort back more permanently and customizing it as a streaming space? No. As much as I love the fort as a streaming space, that would not work because I would be streaming from my laptop, which I hate doing. I like my setup here. I like my double screens. Working off of one screen, especially for a stream, is a nightmare and I hate it. Even working off of two screens, I want a third, to be honest. I want a wall of screens, to be honest. But, and then like there's a point where everything just starts to fall apart in a fort. It's a great temporary fun time, but no, I would not permanently do it. Do you have a habit others would consider a bit weird? I probably have several. I have a lot of weird habits. Aside from like the constantly jumping accents, breaking out in a song. Here's a weird one. My family makes fun of me for it all of the time. This is when I could eat bread. Whenever I get like a hamburger or a roll or something when I'm eating dinner with my family, I have to smash it. Have to smash it. I don't know why, but I smash it and then I rip it. That's my weird habit. There. Have you ever edited something out of a book and regretted it? I don't know if I've ever regretted editing something out. I'm gonna say no. Because usually when we're making that decision, it's a necessary take it out thing. I think the biggest one would have been a death that happens in Ashport, but it wasn't taken out, it was just changed. The character that was supposed to die didn't, and another character that wasn't supposed to die did instead. But it was a smarter change, I think. It made more sense. So I don't think I regret anything that I have edited out. Do I regret certain things that I've probably put in books? Yes. That's a different question that wasn't in the bag. How many unfinished books do you have? Mere ideas do not count. Oh, we gotta open. There's a lot, because there's active projects and there's projects I haven't touched in years. But I gotta look. Okay, hold on. Active projects. I'm gonna need to do this. Okay, we've got Acing It, Vagabonds, Superhero, open all the stories up, open up the file, current works. Oh, that one, Psychokinesis, Rule of 4, Jail, that one, that other one. I've definitely, I've written a lot of this stuff. Oh, look, there's the first conception of Hispakak. That's funny. There's so, oh wait, did I finally? No, other. There's so many. Okay. I'm tallying ones that I know I've actually written. Oh my god, that's from high school. Oh my god, I've written so much. And you'll never ever see it. Oh, I should probably get back to that one. That's an old one, but that's a goodie. I have a story that I wrote like 5 pages of. It's called I Have No Idea Yet. I actually do have ideas now. Those are technically complete. You'll never see them, but they're done. Just looking at the weeaboo self that I was in high school and college writing these. Yep. That's got stuff in it. That's definitely got stuff in it. That's got stuff in it. Oh wow, Shinwa no shoujo. Let's just laugh. So many! When does it stop? Oh my god. Ones that I wrote actually in Japanese. Like I wrote their title in Japanese. Hold on. Okay, and then, hold on, I have another folder. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 52 that I have written stuff in, and like sometimes given up. Oh, wait, oh no, I counted those. I counted the ones I'm actually actively working on. Okay, so I have 52 works in progress, and many of them will never, ever, ever be done. But I have kept them for some odd reason. 52. Which author are you the most mad at right now? If you could say one sentence to them, what would it be? Now, I know you're gonna think I'm gonna say Cassandra Clare. I'm not mad at her right now. Well, I'm a little mad at her for another blatant plagiarism of her newest book. But right now, I'm most mad at, I think the name is C.J. Piper, and the bullying that she's been doing and all of her fan base have been doing to Reads with Rachel and stuff. And what I would like to say to them is shut the fuck up. Stop. Just stop. Stop it. Stop it. Get over yourself and stop it. I would say that to a lot of authors who think they have the audacity to comment on negative reviews and harass people for not liking their book. Not everyone's gonna like your book, guys. Don't go into your reviews. Don't do that. If you're upset about it and you happen to read a review, talk to your friends about it. Don't harass the reviewer. The review is not for you. It's for the other readers out there. Okay? Deal with it. Deal with it. Any updates on when Mambo will make her first appearance at a convention? We're peeking out here because there's a friend over here. Who's that? Are you gonna make a friend? No. From a distance. From a distance. Yeah. Udon or soba? I'm gonna go udon. I like my thick noodles. What would be your dream day job? My dream, okay, aside from like full-time writer, you know, I honestly would like to be a full-time book reviewer because I read so much. I already do that. It brings me a lot of joy to do that. So, full-time book reviewer. You are offered to be a guest star in a sitcom of your choice. What show is it? Okay, I don't watch sitcoms very much. And the closest thing I can give you is What We Do in the Shadows. I would kill to be on What We Do in the Shadows. I want to be on it so bad. I don't even care if it's just like a walk-on, someone eats me, and then I leave, and then I'm dead. That's it. I'm done. Sold. What We Do in the Shadows. If you had to do a sport, what sport would you do? Would I be good at the sport, though? If I get to be good at the sport, I would want to be a tennis player. I like tennis. And then I can just go into the court and go, he is the prince of tennis. And I can live all of my Tenemu dreams. Okay? Leave me alone. This is not a question, but we miss Sammy at Les Cons. I miss Sammy at Les Cons too. We do try to get together for them. It's just her work schedule is all over the place. And she ends up being out of town for a lot of stuff for work. So she hasn't been able to. But it's not like she'll never come back to a convention with me. They just haven't aligned. The stars have not aligned for a Sammy Q adventure. Shamisen, Taiko, or Bawu? Taiko. Easy. I love shamisen. I cannot play it well. I love my Bawu. I can't play it well. Taiko, I love and I can play it well. What is currently your favorite tabletop game and favorite video game? My favorite game no one wants to play with me ever. There's a couple that people don't ever want to play with me, but I'm gonna go with Marrying Mr. Darcy. It's my favorite. I love playing Marrying Mr. Darcy. And my favorite video game of all time is Guitar Man. Currently it's Phasmophobia because that's what I'm working on playing through, but Guitar Man is my all-time favorite video game. Is a big ego a good or bad thing for an author? I think it's a bad thing. It's okay to have a little ego and like have confidence in yourself, but a big ego, get over yourself. I don't know. No, a big ego just is conceited and like, no, I don't think. I think have confidence, but not extreme. Will Ashport be available in hardcover? Maybe eventually. I just can't. It would work, but the two people who are gonna help me with it, we haven't been able to. Not like calling y'all out or anything. I'm calling one person out, not the other one. It's a matter of timing and formatting stuff on Photoshop, and I have no Photoshop skills. So that's all. Top 3 favorite cookies. My favorite cookie of all time is probably a frosted sugar cookie. That's why I like those. I'm very basic. And then it's snickerdoodles, and then like a lemon cookie. Those are I just had these Girl Scout cookies that are like lemon drop cookies. Those are fire. Love those. 2 more questions. They're both tiny ones. Rank the 3 types of chocolate. Number 1, milk chocolate. I love milk chocolate. I'm gonna go dark chocolate next because technically white chocolate is not chocolate. It does not come from cacao beans, even though I like it more than dark. So technically my ranking is white, or is milk white and then dark. I don't like bitter. I don't like bitter. I like sweet, okay? And then last question is, how's D&D going? It's going! I was supposed to be in a session yesterday, but then things came up and I couldn't go, so we had to postpone. But it's fun. We've all died. It's been great. I'm a bird person. I'm a bard, and I'm a bird person, and my name is Free Shavakadu. And I sing in memes. That's it. That's them all. That's that. Hopefully I am done with the shelves. I probably am. I've probably been done for a while because this took a long time to actually film. This was a lot more questions than I thought I was gonna end up doing. So anyway, that's the Q&A, and the chaos shelves are now done. Bye! I don't know why I ate a cookie right as I hit the button again.